Hello, Namaste. This is Neeraj here once again, and welcome back to my channel, 𝗬𝗎 Stock Analyst. So, in today's video, I wanted to just tell you that why this stock market, particularly Nifty 50, means Indian stock market and the US stock market, is behaving totally irrationally, as per my view. So, the basis of this irrationality, there are few examples I will explain to you as the video goes, that why I think this market is behaving irrationally. And there is a saying that market can behave irrationally for much longer than a person can remain rational. So this irrational exuberance can continue also. But as a fundamental analyst, I can't take this kind of irrationality, and I need to share my thoughts and my views with viewers, that why I think that this irrational exuberance, this is irrationality. There is no fundamental basis for the markets to go up like this way. So let me give you an example. When people keep on giving a reason that one day that market goes up, since March 2023, in the last 3 months, the market has gone crazy. Particularly the Indian stock market, Nifty 50 and BSE Sensex, they have reached their lifetime high, or what do you call that, new highs they have made. And US market also is near to this all-time historical highs. And in generally, all these markets are going up. So the reason being given is that now that inflation is coming, deflation kind of a scenario, inflation is coming down. So Fed will not raise any interest rate hikes. Then another day, some other data, because every day some data keeps on coming from USA or Europe, UK or India, some GDP data, some labor data, some PMI data, manufacturing data, inflation data. This is how the game keeps on rolling, So another day some data will come that strong inflation and the job growth is in USA is also, job growth is are much less as compared to what was expected. It's all about expectation. So you, me and some another third person, three big guys decide together, they come out and say that our expectation is X, and if it comes below that, then they will say that, oh, this is still it is not cooling down, job is still remaining high, job openings. So we think that economy is still doing well despite of this inflation and despite the interest rate hikes. So economy is in resolution, so market will continue to go. Then when the inflation comes down, when this job losses are increasing, then they will say, okay, so even if now that the US Fed will stop raising any interest rates, so market should go up. So everybody starts, putting money, and markets continue its upward journey. In India, what is happening? They just take cue from the global market, particularly from USA market, because Indian market is 100%, I would say. When many people say that no, in domestic, very much fund is mutual fund and in retail investors' money is very much driving the economy. But I differ to say, because if you look at the data last full year up to say November, the market was down in India particularly. If you would have seen that FII data, this foreign institutional investors, they had withdrawn almost $22 billion from the market, and the market, we all saw that how the Nifty 50 came down. Then from March to this June, the latest data has come that they have pumped in almost like say $22 billion to this year, in this year up to this 6 months. So this is all this foreign liquidity which is driving, and when the liquidity comes, everything, it's like when heavy rains comes and floods, everything flows away, everything, drowns and goes away. So all the rational thinking, all the logic, everything evaporates when money keeps on coming. All stocks, all things keep on rising, irrespective of valuation, irrespective of fundamentals, irrespective of anything. and that is what is happening particularly in Indian market. Money keeps on coming because there are other reasons also. Then yeah, for Indian market, one reason I gave, that whatever the USA says, it happens like this way. It is just a replica. Then second is, they started China plus one, China plus one. Big talk about China plus one means India will be that China plus one will be India. So that alternatively, many of this manufacturing, which is China is considered to be the world's biggest manufacturing base, right? So many of this manufacturing, many of these industries, and many of these companies will relocate because of the various reasons, geopolitical reasons of China after COVID and the supply chain disruption, and not too dependent on any one particular supplier or industrial country. So better to diversify. So that way the China plus one means India comes into that picture, so that many of these manufacturing industries like say Apple and other Foxconn and Apple suppliers and all these iPhone suppliers, all these electronics may come. Some of them may even establish factories in India and manufacturing base in India, and that is how the Indian that money is coming into India, FDI, and Indian economy is going to do well. It is doing well, and that's how all this money from the other markets, it's diverting towards India market. So that is how the flood of money, liquidity, which is driving this particular rally. So that is one of the main reason. And geopolitically also, USA wants to pit India against China by regional way, by political way, by defense alliances, and all these things. So that is one of the reasons. So I will not go into the merits and demerits of this alliance and defense deals with USA and France and all these things because that's a totally different subject. But what is happening is that it is giving an kind of a very optimistic view about that India will be the next biggest super economy, super power, whatever. In India we have this very much habit. We are emotional people, right? If somebody praises, we become very happy, and he may give you a lollipop and take away everything from you, but you will be very happy because some foreigner has praised you and given you something, so you are ready to, like we Indians say, that we are the best host because we go on lavishly hospitality, or we are famous for hospitality. So that's what it's happening here also. So we get praised by all these Western countries and all this investment managers, portfolio managers from this foreign portfolio managers, and that is what it's another. Because if you look at the valuation, it is totally horribly expensive. Even there is no basis for it. So looking at Nifty 50 just on the forward on 12-month trailing basis, it's trading at 23 times on PE basis. And looking at the price to book value, it is 4.5 times. If you take the average, it used to be 17-18 times on PE basis, and 2.5 to 3 times on price to book value. So even if considering all these big positives about a lot of money, lot of manufacturing being diverted to India, a lot of companies coming and setting up technology centers and everything, that growth which will be driving the economy, driving the employment and overall economy of India, and boost the income, overall income per capita GDP, everything. Even if you take that, there is no way it should be, the premium will be from 17-18 should be at around 20 times, but not at 23 times or something. So this is horribly expensive, and particularly when there's such expensive market and when flood of money comes, it becomes heaven for operators. So this our market has become operator driven. You look at the stocks which are going, no fundamental, there is no, most of this loss making so-called new technology hyped up stocks are like crazily going up, right? Then all the small cap which you would not have even heard the name, those mid caps, they are crazily going. And I am on a daily basis now getting so many inquiries about, sir, give us some stock idea. This is called euphoria. When the euphoria happens, it's high time that you should better be on the sidelines and stay away from the flood. You should protect yourself from this flowing, because you can also drown and blown away with the flood of this money. So when this flood will stop, I don't know. So money flood, because every day new logic will keep on coming. USA deflation is going up, so it is good. Inflation is going up, then also it is good. Inflation coming down, then also it is good. Job losses are there, then it also is good. Job losses not are there, then also it is not. Interest rate high cycle, US Fed will continue. Okay, no problem. That means the economy is resilient enough to withstand all this high inflation. Okay, continue the rally. So this is it's called irrational exuberance. And as I told you in the starting also, irrational exuberance can continue for longer than I and you can remain rational or sane. So that is just I wanted to share. But I am very, very cautious. I don't like to invest 1 rupee at this point of time in any of the stock. Particularly most of the stocks I need to find which are cheap, because when this flow of money will stop, it will dry. Suddenly you will see the collapsing of the market. And why this P also, suppose the 23, if we took it, because this is mostly based on the expectations. Why this money is also coming. So there is one reason is that analysts come out with expectations, right? Estimates, earnings estimates for corporates and for index in generally, that next year FY24 will be this and this much growth. So there are irrational exuberation or irrational optimism about this earnings growth. So when the earnings growth as per the analyst expectations, which market expectations will not happen in, say, suppose in next whichever quarter, it will not happen and it will be very bad results. That is the time when the money flow will stop or will start withdrawing and drying up, and that is the time collapsing or the market rationalization will happen. So till that time I don't see any chance, but it can happen very soon, because whatever the estimates, they are all out of the over optimistic estimates regarding the India's corporate earnings growth. That's not going to happen. So I just wanted to share this with all of you, and if you like this, you please put a like. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and share it with the other people. And also I have a Telegram channel where I keep coming out with the new ideas and on a regular basis, because YouTube I don't make on a daily basis, but here I come out with the very unique ideas on a daily basis almost. So you can join that also. It's 𝗦𝗛𝗔𝗛 Stock Analyst in the Telegram channel. Link will be given below. And also stillanalyst.com is my website for any paid consultancy services for investment and business regarding in Russia or wherever investment. You can please contact us on a chargeable basis, and you can see everything. Till that time, if I come out with something new, unique and another perspective, ciao from 𝗦𝗛𝗔𝗛 from Moscow. See you.